Hey everybody, welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel.
If you're new.
If you can't tell by the scenery, we just went through and got my lemonade, because you know I have to have my lemonade. They could have at least put a little pink dye in it for Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Happy Valentine's Day, YouTube.
YouTube, will you be my Valentine? Actually, the dog's my Valentine, so...
Yeah.
Well, tell them how things went with your Valentine today.
It went really well. We exchanged our Valentines in the morning, and everything went off without a hitch.
Tell them what you got her and what she got you.
She got me Avengers branded chocolate tin, shaped like a heart, but with the Avengers print on it.
And it really is 10.
Yeah. And the chocolates inside are wrapped up like candy bars.
Cool.
And I got a card from her too that was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And I got her favorite type of candy, which was truffles, a giant panda stuffed animal, and a card.
Very nice card.
Yep.
By the way,
What?
here's a phrase that you probably won't hear me have to say because we didn't have to worry about the Duke getting it. Hands off the panda.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your panda.
That's
You
something
guys
Mom
are
would've
horrible.
done.
What, Ben?
That's something Mom would have done.
Dishonor the panda?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, she's dishonored cows before.
You know, I still haven't seen that movie.
Well, on DVD.
Any of it. I've never seen it before.
What movie was that from,
I
anyway?
want to say Mulan. But you know what? I don't know. Because I've never seen it.
Yep.
I just know it's a popular quote. Look it up, Ben, and see what that's from. What quote that movie's from. Or, yeah, what quote that movie's from. Yeah, I said that right.
What would be weird if it was from Moana instead. And it would be a good thing you wouldn't want to watch. You didn't watch it because it kind of sucks in my book.
Yeah, but you always think Disney movies suck.
Well, you know how in The Little Mermaid, the mermaid wants to be a human, right?
Right.
Mulan.
It was Mulan. Good for me.
In Moana, it's the reverse. There's a girl who wants to be a mermaid.
Huh. Does she turn into one?
I don't know. I never watched it. But she's chosen to be a sacrifice to a god in a volcano. But she doesn't get sacrificed. I know that much. But I don't know what happens to her when she undoes a plot of evil.
I don't know. Weird.
Yep.
Anyway, we're on our way over to Bonnie's. Well, say something.
Oh, yeah, we are. So I was still shell shocked I even talked about how much I knew about it.
She needs more water than just 3 bottles put in her fridge, Ben. Okay?
The last time I did it, I put in 4.
She thought you put in 3, and she wants like a lot of water in the fridge.
She usually has me put in 10, Ben.
Ask her for a number. You know, just say exactly how many bottles do you want me to get in your fridge. And then you could do it and
We can be
know
sure.
it's right.
She usually has me put in 8. She usually has Christopher put in 10. The only reason I only put in 4 the last time was because there was some still in there, it looked like, and I was finishing off a package of it as a result.
Well, it didn't work out, so put more.
Yeah.
Is it
Everything's looking cool here.
What?
That's like, is it
What,
too
Ben?
late to
Or what, Chris?
So
I heard
everything's looking cool down here. Or downtown here. English, number 1, huh?
That's the only thing we're doing while we're out is going over to Bonnie's, and we are going straight home from there.
I wish we could have done a fun stop, though.
Are you kidding? It's going to be 9 o'clock before we eat as it is.
I know. Still was hoping for a fun stop. And I was hoping she didn't want anything because I was hoping to go to the storage unit, but she comes first. I do agree with that.
Yeah, because she just can't do it.
Yep.
She said she was worried because she didn't have any money to pay you guys to do it today. And I told her, Bonnie, you already paid them enough for the whole month. And I believe that it's okay. And besides, they don't care to help you because you need help.
Yep.
They're good kids. So I lied a little.
Oh.
Hey. That's horrible.
Here I am calling them kids. How old are you, Chris?
37.
How old are you, Ben?
35.
Ben has a big spot, about this big. About that big. About like a 50 cent piece. Coming in his beard. That is flippin' white and gray. Okay, no. I'm putting my foot down. No. You can just change that color right this minute, Ben. I am not old enough to have a kid with gray hair.
At least his skin's not turning purple and he's growing a white dot instead of a nose.
I'm telling you.
Maybe having
I would almost rather.
maybe having a gray spot there isn't such a bad thing.
Run, run, run. It is too cold to be out without a jacket.
Yep.
Yeah, if you happen to be needing to go out for anything at all,
You need a jacket.
put on a jacket or forget about it.
It's 39 degrees out according to the car, which probably is about 37, 38. Because we're always a degree or two warmer. Oh, when we came out, found your cans, did you?
Yep, found that bag of cans that was a Kroger-sized bag I put in, but clearly it wasn't enough.
When we came out, neighbors were over there in their driveway, and I came out the door and I was on the ramp coming down, and he was like, hi, and I'm like, who the hell are you talking to? But I didn't say that. I went, hi, and he said, having a good evening or afternoon or something, and I'm like, yeah, you too. And he said, well, I was wondering if you could give us a jump. I was never so relieved. I thought he was going all serial killer on me. I thought, yep, I'm dead now. So we went over and jumped their car for him. But it was weird. I was like, why are you talking to me? You never, ever speak to me. And all the time you've lived there, you have never once said one word to me.
And it was just for a jump.
That's the house. I know you've heard me talk about it on videos before, where she was so mean to their little dog.
Yep.
So I don't really have anything to do with them. I don't like snub them if they do talk to me or anything, but I'm not going to go over there and see if they want to get together and play euchre or watch the Super Bowl or something. You know, I'm not going to socialize with them.
Plus, the flag they had out front, they had to take that immediately.
That was the other neighbors on the other side.
I thought we were talking about the same neighbors. I got confused.
The neighbors that had the F Trump flag, was that the ones who were also...
To leave their dog chained out.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the same neighbor. I did not know that.
No, that's my weird neighbors on the other side.
Weird neighbors to the left of us, weird neighbors to the right. Here we are.
Stuck in the middle with you. But those people on the right with the dog that they leave chained out and the flag out front, I really don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah.
So you might agree with the message, but it flies against the agreements you have to sign.
I do not. No,
There's a lot
he
of...
didn't say F Trump. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. He said F Biden.
Oh.
And it was a for Trump sign.
Yeah.
And you disagree with the F Biden signs.
Look, Biden isn't my idea of a perfect president. I never said he was. I didn't vote for Biden. I voted against Trump, which is a legitimate thing to say.
Yep.
What's my time looking like, Chris?
9:39.
Okay, we'll keep going for a few minutes, Ben. You got anything to say before you take off, buddy?
If you personally ask me, it's been that way for the past several cycles. You don't vote for.
I don't know. I
candidate.
voted for Obama.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that one's an exception. I say it like that just be evil. That was an exception. But
Okay.
most of the time it's been you're not voting for the candidate you vote for. You're voting for them to vote against someone else.
Their opponent.
Yep.
Okay, enough of that.
We're not a political channel, so that's where we're gonna bury this.
Yep.
So what's going on in your little world this week, Chris? This week's almost over.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who you're going to ring to let you in, Ben, but good luck.
I would ring.
Oh, and
You know
don't
who.
tell her we don't need those groceries. Okay?
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Anyway, Mom.
If she asks why I'm going to tell her that we're absolutely over encumbered, how's that?
Sure.
Anyway, Mom, and everybody. So my week's been going good.
What's coming up?
Not much. Except a box treat that we're paying $3 for. That's about it.
What's a box treat?
It says box treat, bring $3. I think they're saying surprise without being a surprise.
Uh-huh.
It's the green team, blue team Valentine's party. So it's probably something safe for everyone to eat.
Well, when is it?
Friday.
Cool. What shirt did you end up wearing?
My red one.
Good call.
Yep.
Oh, did your girlfriend wear a red sweater?
I think she did, but I didn't see it much because we had to wear our jackets all day to keep the treats in our pockets. But we had them unzipped, but I think she did wear it.
I just was curious because it's red cashmere V-neck sweater, and it's that beautiful cherry red.
Yep. She
perfect.
loves it because she wore it twice before today.
It was perfect for Valentine's.
Yep.
So what day? Okay, so that box day is Friday, right?
Box treat day is Friday, yeah.
Okay, so what's going on next week?
I can't remember. Other than Guys' Day.
You know, February's like half over.
Yeah.
It is booking right along.
But as I said, I hope I could get to the storage unit this week. I gotta check something, but yeah.
Finally got it paid.
Yep.
Holy moly, that was, oh my word, people. They changed apps that you pay your storage unit payments to. And they couldn't make it work. And I couldn't make it work. And the other girl in the office couldn't make it work. And then the first girl who was in charge of it ended up giving us the office's code to override everything so we could make our payment. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
But now we're permanently in because we use the office's code.
And they'll let us do that every month.
Yeah, she said before it was over with, everybody was going to be paying with the office's code because nobody could pay. I called her every day for 5 days.
Yeah.
I missed a day somewhere in the middle, so it was really 6 days, but called her every flippin' day. And she said, well, try this and try this number and try this and try that code. And nothing would let us pay. So I'm standing here with money saying, here's your money, and they can't take it. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. But we got the door on our big storage unit working.
Yeah.
Of all the people in the world, Ben's the one who fixed it. Didn't see that coming.
They told me a box was pressing against it. That's why it wouldn't open.
It was also the slider wouldn't slide.
Yeah.
People, you do not know the amount of money and time and effort I have wasted on these storage units.
We should slim them down this year, I think.
The thing is, when I think about what I have in them personally, I don't want to get rid of my shit.
Yeah.
I ordered a book. Did I tell you?
No, what book did you order?
The Devil's Cat. William Johnston.
Is that a horror movie?
Horror
Or
book.
horror book, I mean?
Yeah, horror novel. I used to have a bunch of his books back in the 80s. I don't know if any of you were readers back in the 80s, but the 80s was the time for horror novels. You could not swing a dead cat without finding one. They were very popular. There were
A dead cat.
well, what else would it be for a horror novel? They had,
Cujo?
yeah, that was one of them, but they had so many novels coming out all the time, and they weren't very expensive, and some of them were really good, and some of them, like The Devil's Cat, was so bad it was good. And it was just the heyday for people who liked horror novels.
I think Pet Semetary came out in the 80s.
I tried to read that. Nope, sorry.
Too scary?
No, in the book, a little boy gets run over by a truck. And it's told in such a heartbreakingly sad way.
That you just couldn't read more after that.
And I was pregnant with Ben.
Oh, yeah, I can understand.
My emotions and my hormones were at a peak. I was a wreck after I read that. I couldn't finish it for like 3 or 4 years.
Did you eventually finish it?
Oh, yeah. Once my hormones went back to normal, I could say, oh, that's sad, and move on with my life. I was ready to throw myself off a cliff. It broke me. It killed me the first time I read it.
Did you ever watch the mini-series on Paramount Plus? That's a prequel to the books.
No, I don't think I did.
Do you want to get Paramount Plus again to watch it?
No, because I don't want to pay for it. It'll be on Prime or something sooner or later.
Or DVD. Paramount Plus has been pushing some of the Star Treks on DVD and Blu-ray that they had for a while.
You're jiggling so much that you're going to make that video awfully jumpy.
Sorry, I'm just so excited. I'm hyped up on candy too, so I get hold still.
Do you want me to hold the camera?
Nah, I'll hold up higher.
Think that'll help?
Yeah. I was holding it low to avoid advertising we're filming out the window, but you know.
No, Stephen King put out some epic books in the 80s.
Was the Tommy Knockers one? Or was that earlier in the 80s?
No, I'm trying to remember if that was the 80s or the 90s. Isn't that awful? You'd think I'd know.
Yeah.
The early 90s, his work really suffered a lot.
Yep.
He was really, drunk all the time and stoned all the time. And he still wrote, but it wasn't as good as what he does sober.
Yep.
In case you're out there in YouTube land wondering, Stephen King is by far my favorite author. Sincerely, I love him. The money I've spent on his books, damn.
The clue on Jeopardy reruns we saw said that Tommy Knockers was the name of the book and the movie, but the name came from something else, but I can't remember what the clue said it came from.
A rhyme?
No, it wasn't a rhyme, it was something. It was a category of nicknames. And they thought the Tommy Knockers was a nickname of some group, but I forget which group.
Miners.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah. Miners were called Tommy Knockers, and it was a nickname of a phenomenon in haunted mines about Tommy Knockers, and they were like ghost miners, basically.
Yeah, knocking on the walls. They would make noise and stuff to warn living miners to get out.
Yep.
If there was about to be a cave-in or something, or gas, or whatever. Tommy Knockers gets a lot of bad reviews, but it really wasn't that bad.
Yep. The movie was bad, though.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Well, it was the only Stephen King movie I watched all the way through. Isn't that weird?
Did you guys see that David Soul died the other day, a couple weeks ago?
No, who's that?
You've heard us talk about Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't know that was his name. I just saw an article saying the blonde half of Starsky and Hutch died, and I didn't know his name because it didn't say it out right.
Well, it's been so many years I couldn't tell you if he was Starsky or Hutch. He was one or the other. But where I was most familiar with him was he was in the TV miniseries of Salem's Lot, and he played the author Ben Mears. He didn't do the best job ever, but that was a good movie, especially for its time.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be the thing, is Stephen King miniseries. The Stand is the best.
Oh, did you hear something crazy, though?
Probably.
The guy who stole the ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz
Yeah.
finally got a sentence of community service so he could stay out of jail and stay in a hospice.
Oh, bless his heart. Dying, is he?
He was dying when the case finally came around, because what cops were doing was they were locking him up and not charging him because he wouldn't tell who his accomplice was. So they were letting him rot in pretrial detention until he spoke. And then the hospice thing happened. They had to hurry to trial then. And, yeah, that's how that happened. And basically, he stole them because his accomplice said, look, there's really expensive slippers with real rubies I want you to pull as one last heist. Then he got a hold of them, realized the rubies were actually plastic rubies, and he tossed them somewhere. And during the time he was in jail, he couldn't remember where he tossed them, and finally someone found them, brought them home, and contacted the FBI to recover them. And how they told the FBI was, look, we found props we're going to sell. If they're stolen, you better get here before we sell them. So those people got arrested because it turned out they were sending that message to try to see if they would come or not. And there was a buyer they arrested too. And
sounds like a mess.
yeah, so the ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz was recovered that way and went back to the museum. And, yeah, it was interesting hearing about that. You know, the whole case. But I thought the weirdest part was when he wouldn't say who his accomplice was or if he had accomplices. They left him in pretrial detention for like a couple decades. You're not supposed to arrest somebody and deny them a trial for 23 years.
No, you're not.
So I'm surprised they didn't drop the case over that crap.
So, okay, people, we're having our traditional Valentine's Day dinner today because apparently pizza is our language of love.
Yeah.
So, I'm sitting here trying to decide, do I just want a cheese pizza? Do I want a pepperoni pizza? Do I want mushrooms and onions? Do I want pepperoni, mushrooms, and onions? Do I want to stop at the grocery store and get olives?
If you're getting olives, they're getting bacon too, because I think we don't have bacon bits.
Yeah, I think we do. In the fridge.
Oh,
I don't
know
how
how
many.
good they are.
Yeah, they should be fine. I don't know how many, but I'm pretty sure I do. But I am so torn. Part of me really wants the olives, and I think it's just because I've been eating salt a lot lately. I've been wanting salty stuff. But then part of me says, no, because you'll only eat a couple pieces of it, and then tomorrow you won't want your leftovers because it has all that stuff on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, guys.
There is no way I'm not putting onions on it, though, because we finally got a new onion chopper. And you be careful when you wash it, Chris,
Yeah.
because it's sharp.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you start to say?
Anyway, there's another interesting story I heard. You know, I told you about the ruby slipper theft case, right?
Right.
Well, I forget what this guy did, but the statue was taken out of the shoes because the shoes were a separate part of the statue, right?
Okay.
Guess where they found the statue?
I don't know.
Burned all to heck in many pieces, but salvageable.
How long? What time is it? Or, I mean, what time are we at?
Almost 25.
Dang, Bonnie, what are you doing to Ben? He's been up there forever.
So, yeah, they took this statue from a college. I think it was a sports star or something. 'Cause he was in shoes, not boots or anything that makes me think hero, right?
Yeah.
And it was a fully clothed statue. And when they found the statue, the clothes were left alone, but the body of the statue was burned and dismembered.
Okay.
And it was linked to something else. Guess what it was?
I don't know.
The statue was somebody whose friend was just recently inducted. And they arrested the people who admitted, yeah, they took the statue, but that's because their least favorite teammate got inducted. He didn't.
Show the car next to us. Look how close she pulled in. It's not showing on camera. But like if I open my door all the way, it's going to hit.
Yeah.
And she just came through carrying a big laundry basket. And she's so close, she hit my window on the side, or my mirror on the side.
She did?
Yeah. Why would you park that close to another car? There's like 3 spaces to her right with no cars in them. She could have parked over further.
Yep.
What the hell's wrong with people? People don't know how to drive. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but listen. There are people who should not be allowed to have a driver's license. And people who don't know how to park, I'm going to have to say, are up there. Okay, go ahead.
Finish mine.
Yes, before I really get to ranting.
Yeah, so anyway, so his friend was inducted in this big Hall of Fame sort of deal, not him. And they wanted their favorite guy to be put in the Hall of Fame, but he got snubbed by not getting inducted, so they picked on the only statue of the friend of the guy who won. And the damage was like over $3,000 in damage, because the statue was a bronze statue, and they're going to have to recast the whole darn thing. Because when they burned it, they melted some of his facial features and other stuff. I mean, they burned it enough to melt it a little, and yeah. Well, I thought it was crazy, didn't you?
Yeah. What was the statue of?
I can't remember if it was basketball or football. But it was due to one of the Hall of Fames for that college's sport. Well, yeah, he was a sports guy, is all I know, and his statue got burned, but they left his jersey and shorts alone.
When I was a young woman, before Ben was born, but after Chris was born, I worked in Worthington, and I used to go to Worthington Square Mall. And now this was the nicest flippin' mall I had ever been to in my life. To this day, it's the nicest mall I was ever at, back in its heyday. And there used to be these 2 stores, and one sold grandfather clocks. And next to it was this other store that sold art.
Oh.
And they sold a lot of bronze statues. And look, Chris, so about this big. See how far apart my hands are?
Yeah, I can see.
About that tall and about that wide. They used to have statues of horses in running positions. These beautiful bronze statues. And I wanted to get Mom one so badly. I mean, really. But they were like $2,000-$3,000. So, you know, that wasn't happening.
Yep.
And now they're worth a lot more than that. They're by some famous artist. I can't remember what his name was. But, I wish I could have got her one of those.
Yeah. There's one thing I would have loved to have, but it's still the same as the admission to the program to test the darn thing nowadays. But it was made by the people who made the original Dragon's Lair arcade cabinet. Ben will argue me up and down it's not Halcyon. But the developer came out and said it's not Halcyon because the 2 letters that would make it that way was a fusion of Hal and Cylon. Okay. So they fused 2 letters in a way it doesn't look like it's spelled that way, but it is. But It's a Laserdisc video game system that had a lot of PowerPoints on it. You could plug in your appliances, and it was voice controlled.
Okay, when you get really loud right there by the camera, then it adjusts and you can't hear other people talking and you're just super loud.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So anyway, the house I on had other appliances plugged in. So you could turn on your TV by saying, turn on the TV. It would make a clapping noise to turn on your clapper. Stuff like that. And it was, the asking price was $25,000. Because that's how advanced it was. And on eBay, you could find fully functional units for $25,000.
I think I see Ben.
I want one so bad.
What's our time looking like now?
30 something.
Bonnie, you kept him for 20 minutes.
And the best part is, it's the official first entry points for the Madden, NHL, and NFL games. But back then, since it was a test market, it was just called Madden NFL and Madden NHL.
Hi, buddy.
But commercially released, the Sega Genesis had the first official commercial releases of them. Of 94, I believe. But yeah, there were versions of it on the other thing. So, yeah.
Holy crap. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. And happy Valentine's Day. Hope you had a good one. Hope you got a Valentine.
Yeah, I did.
I got kisses from my dog, so I'm happy.
By the way,
What?
this day goes by another name if you're single.
What?
Singles Awareness Day. Apparently it's meant for the single Pringles out there to have fun. On a day that's historically all about the couples.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean that I don't care what you're telling me. I mean, I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah.
Being
guess
single
everybody-
on Valentine's never bothered me.
I guess everybody just wants to put a name to something.
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry about that bump, you two, but it shook me when she went over that speed bump.
So anyway, thank you again for joining us. Please come see us on Friday. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.